Hello, my spooky little friends, and welcome to my channel, Crafting with me, Indiana Jones, and welcome to Halfoween. What's Halfoween? Well, just means we're halfway to Halloween. Can you believe it? Yes. And this is a wonderful Halfoween collaboration that is being hosted by Tracy Vanover Designs and the Holiday Workshop. So if you like anything spooky and cute, these are the two channels you should stop by and visit, as well as the rest of the Halloween Halfoween playlist. Now, let's see what made me batty to join this playlist. Now, I don't know about you, but I believe every Halfoween springtime goth or Halloween lover should have a Halloween parasol to keep you away from those beams of the sun rays. You know, we like to keep nice and pale. Anyway, I decided that I should make myself my own parasol. Now, yes, granted, this is not a parasol. It is an umbrella, and it is an umbrella that I found at the Dollar Tree. And I decided, well, to start off, let's try for the first time ever doing this, and this is absolutely my very first time creating something like this, I thought it would be best to experiment with something inexpensive like a Dollar Tree umbrella. Now, if I feel more confident, maybe I should create a nice parasol. I think I would really love to do that. Now, here are two examples that you can use. I use tape. This is painter's tape and just some parchment paper. Just painter's tape, the blue tape, and it's thick. And all I'm going to do is create a stencil per se of a little bat that I think would look really cool on my umbrella. Now you can use this, or you can use Cricut, the easy release or the transfer tape. And I'm going to show both examples here. But again, use the inexpensive version, which is just the painter's tape. I did create a stencil using the transfer tape, but I can't find the film of it, so it disappeared. It's basically use your Cricut, cut out a stencil just using the easy release or the transfer tape, and it's easy enough. I decided to just do everything hand drawn, including this bat. But if you look up a bat silhouette, you can find it anywhere, and I'm sure you even might have some paper bats left over from last year, and that's what you can use for your design. Now, I would keep the design something simple and easy that you can repeat and that you can cut out, because remember, we're going to cut out this bat from the umbrella, so I don't want to make it too complicated or make it too big so that it actually damages the way that the umbrella works. And we just have to remember that we're going to replace the hole that we're going to create with this bat shape, and we're going to replace that with lace. Now, all I'm going to do once I have that tape cut out is obviously I'm going to take that parchment paper off, and we're left with the painter's tape. Isn't this a wonderful idea? You don't have to get your Cricut machine out, but if you want to, you can. And it's just as simple. And maybe if you want to you can make like smaller little bats, like a little grouping of smaller bats. I'll show you 3 designs that I came up with. But I love just this basic little bat design. It's like Batman or something. But I have always wanted a gothic lacy umbrella. And another thing that I forgot to do is show you how I attached the lace to the bottom of each of the sections of the umbrella. But let's go one by one and let's cut out this bat. Now the hardest part is just getting started. Now please be careful as you're cutting your shape out. Go slowly, take a small a fuzzy cut. Fuzzy cut? Fuzzy cut? What's a fuzzy cut? Fussy. Fussy, not fuzzy. There's nothing fuzzy. Maybe the bat was fuzzy, but we don't want a fuzzy cut scissor. We want fussy cut scissor. Again, note to self, don't do voiceovers at 11 o'clock at night after a long day of work, because you know what? I just sound batty, don't I? But look how easy it is to cut. I don't know, I was having difficulty with that first part I started, so I started on the wing. Once you get started, it's very easy to cut, but again, take your time. I didn't use a razor. Maybe you feel like you should use a razor, but it's very, very hard to keep the umbrella open and put it on a flat surface. So this was the easiest way for me to go with regards to cutting out that adorable little bat design. Now, once you have your first design cut out, I would stop and do the next step. Now, most people would say, well, why don't you just cut out all the different designs separately? And it's simply because I want to make sure there is enough tension across all the material of the umbrella, which it should, but I think it's just easier if you cut and then you place your lace instead of going through the whole umbrella and cutting all the pieces out. Now there, I just secure the umbrella down onto a flat surface. The way I'm doing that is lifting the middle of the umbrella up with like a candle or a cup or something. And I'm just using regular hot glue. And what I'm trying to do is making sure to smear the hot glue so that it doesn't, number one, so that the material doesn't fray. And also I want to make sure that it's a nice flat glued surface there. There isn't any bulk. The good thing is that the heat of the glue gun doesn't damage the other side of the umbrella or the vinyl of the umbrella. But I think it's just very important to spread the hot glue out and flatten it out so you don't have big goops of glue all over your umbrella, especially on the inside. You want it to look just as nice as the outside. Now I know I keep mentioning lace, but this is tulle. This is just polka dotted tulle. And there you can see that I'm finishing off the last pieces of that tulle as I attach it to the umbrella. And I am using one of those little silicone fingertips that really helped a lot. And the other thing I did is after I was done, I made sure to put another layer of glue all over the top of that, not all over the top, but on the edges of where the umbrella material meets the tulle, just to secure it in place, and so there's no extra pieces of fabric that are lying around. Now I did cut around and left at least an inch around and there's somebody sneaking under my umbrella there. I just noticed that. But of course, little Kuru, she is a spooky little cat, so she knew I was doing a spooky little project, so she was hiding under the umbrella there with me. So cute. Now I'm going to continue making some more designs all around the umbrella. This one's going to be a design with two smaller bats looking like they're flying through the air. And lastly, I made a crescent moon with a little bat flying right across it. I really enjoyed making this. This was really a last minute video idea, and I just thought, let me make one of my little dreams come to life for this Halloween and have it ready so I don't have to be rushing around at the last minute and never getting around to doing it. So here is my Halloween, Halfoween batty parasol, and eventually I do want to add another handle to it to make it a little spookier. So we all know that Beetlejuice is coming out soon, and there's my kitty cat, Kuru. And so I decided, what if Lydia Dietz, now she's grown up, what if she had a sophisticated Fascinator? Yes, I'm making another Fascinator, and here's another placemat that you can get at the Dollar Tree or at any home goods places that you can go. Home Goods. You can also get these at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. But this one I actually got at Hobby Lobby, and I believe it was only $1.99. It was very inexpensive. So I decided first to cut away the last edge, and I'm so sorry you can't see what I'm doing there, but I took away at least 2 strands or 2 rows of that straw so that I can use it for decoration. You'll see that later. Now I'm cutting at an angle. I'm just making a cut probably around 3 or 4 inches into the circle itself. And what I'm doing here is I'm adding some glue so that, number one, all of those the pieces of the hat doesn't fall apart, and also that it doesn't fray. Now I'm just taking some heavy thread, and I am just gathering together. I'm trying to create like a little heart design, or is it a bat design? I don't know, you tell me. But I wanted to make a Fascinator, but something that would give, the wearer nice coverage so that the sunlight wouldn't be in their eyes, since they're not used to it because they're always just lurking about in the darkness. So yes, this is what you would wear if you're lurking around in the darkness or in bright sunlight. And I didn't want to make it too ridiculous. I wanted to make it fashionable enough that I could wear it to any kind of event and look very, sophisticated, as I said before, with this sunny little sun hat. It's a sun hat, people. I made a Halloween Batty Bat sun hat. That's what it's going to be. Oh, Lord. I need some sleep. Anyway, so here I am just sewing the other side of that V, and you'll see it makes a really nice shape. Now, I have never sewn my fascinators before. This is my first time trying this out as well, but I noticed that most people who create fascinators actually hand sew them. So see, it looks like, it almost looks, you remember the hats that Blossom used to wear? That's what it reminds me of at the end. Look at the cute little, it has the cutest little, sweetheart shape at the top. And I really, really love it. Now I'm gathering it together, those two ends, I'm gathering them together, and I'm creating some folds. As you can see there, I'm folding and sewing, folding and sewing. Pleat and repeat, pleat and repeat. But here I'm just going to do 2 folds. And I think it is just turning out so cutesy. I really, can you tell that I think I've missed my mission as a milliner in this life? There's still time. Don't ever hold me back, because there's still time. So I love watching people making hats. Yes. So I will explore the world of making hats a little more. So once I've sewn this together, I'm just cutting the thread off, and now it's time to decorate. And I'm thinking of, if I had more time, I would have shaped this with some heat. You can use a heat gun, and you can really shape your hat in different ways. But I figured once I attach this to a headband, it will fall into place. Now I'm just adding a little more glue to hold that last fold. This is now the bottom of the fascinator, and I'm going to add my headband to this. And I like to use the thicker headbands simply because they're more stable once you put them on your head. Now for the essence of speed, I am using hot glue, but I should have probably wired the hat to the headband. That's the proper way of doing it, but I'm completely improper. If you know me, you know me. I'm improper. I just did what's quick and fast and easy because I'm literally making this video just a day before this playlist. I didn't think I was going to have time to make it, but I made the time to make this. And again, I had fun. I wish I wasn't rushed. That's all. So now I'm using this wonderful large black and white striped ribbon. I absolutely love this ribbon. I have no idea what my fascination is with it. I think I have a Tim Burton thing going on, but it's a very Tim Burton kind of hat. So it reminds me of Beetlejuice. It reminds me of the beautiful dress that was worn by, I think, Nina Ricci in, oh my goodness, Sleepy Hollow. I love that black and white dress she wore. Maybe one day I'll make that dress. Who knows? But now I'm using that edging that I removed from the edge of the outer edge of that placemat, and all I'm doing is sewing all these loop-de-loops together because I wanted to make it fashionable. And I figured, okay, let's put some loop-de-loops. Loop-de-loops make everything fashionable, I think. I don't know. So all I'm doing here is sewing all these loop-de-loops together in one central, with one string, just looping over and under and over under, and just trying to create a little structural, or I guess architectural, structural, whatever you want to call it, interest or fascination on my fascinator. So that's what I'm doing here. Once again, to add more loop-de-loops, I added that bow to the back. That's going to become the back of the fascinator, and these 2 loop-de-loops are going to be seen from the top of the fascinator. Now, I try not to, overdo it, but it's always hard. It's so hard. You want to keep adding more and more stuff. So now I'm adding those loop-to-loops right in the middle, just again to add some structural interest and just make it more fascinating. And all I'm going to do there, and again, I should have wired it in, but hey, there's a glue gun. Just smack it in there and just hold it in, and it held pretty well. So I'm just worried, it's when the summertime comes, I'm not going to be able to wear this hat outdoors for too long. Now let's make a bat. So I had this EVA foam sitting around the house, cut out a little bat, And now I had this wonderful rhinestone sticker. I don't know, I got this from Temu and I absolutely love it. And yes, I am making it's a round rhinestone bat. It's a rhinestone bat, people, because I couldn't find one anywhere. Believe me, it was hard to find any kind of batty anything. But I figure, if you can't find it, that's why we're crafters. If you can't find it, you make it. So I wanted a rhinestone bat. I made a rhinestone bat. And it was a little hard because, I wish it was a bigger sheet of rhinestones that I could just put it all and there wouldn't be any, separations or anything like that. It would have been easier just to cut it out. But you work with what you have and you try not to spend any more money. And there you have it. I'm just adding more and more rhinestones in the shape of a bat. Now my bat is sparkly and fabulous. So all I'm doing is just trimming off the rest of the edging of black EVA foam and just trying to fix it up a little. I'm not going to be a perfectionist. I don't have time to be a perfectionist. But what I do have time to is add a little wire to the batty bat. And I'm just using some scraps to add the wire to the bat. Now I added another little loop-de-loop of that wonderful, I love this ribbon. Again, this is from Hobby Lobby. Get it when I buy it when it's on clearance. Believe it or not, they have it on clearance every year at the end of the season for like $1.29 or something. And again, working it into the little fascinating little loop-de-loops. Now, originally I wanted to add a bat to each loop-de-loop, but then I thought just one touch of one beautiful little rhinestone bat, I think, does the trick. And when I'm wearing the hat, you'll let me know how you feel. If you think that having that one little bat was sufficient, or if I should add some more. Again, I hope you are enjoying this interesting way to celebrate Halfoween. Last but not least, to tie in with my fascinator and my umbrella, I decided to add that wonderful sparkly polka dotted tulle. And I think the polka dot also brings a little bit of whimsy, like springtime or summertime. So there you have this final little piece of tulle that I'm going to add, and it's going to be in between the top and the bottom bow, so you can see it both from the back and from the front. I thought that just added a little whimsical touch, and then our hat is done. So now let's see what it looks like all put together. Thanks once again to Tracy of Tracy Vanover Designs and Martina of the Holiday Workshop for hosting This is Halfoween, a wonderful, creative, and spectacular collaboration and playlist. Please remember to visit all of the creators of this Halfoween playlist. And thanks to you, my spooky, wonderful friends, for stopping by and spending some time with me. As I always say, stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure. And if you want some more playful, fun adventures, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and come back each week.